Hello, Northwest Georgia, and welcome to your weather on North Georgia Television. Temps started out this morning in the mid to upper 50s, and they're going to drop just a little bit midday. Scattered showers will be around this morning. Expect a partly cloudy, cooler day with afternoon highs around 60. Winds will be northwest-northwest at 5 to 10. Overnight, mostly cloudy, and temps in the mid-30s. Winds 10 to 15. In Calhoun, 59 this morning, midday, expect 56, and then 60 for your high. In Chatsworth, you had a low of 58 this morning, look for 55 at midday, and then up to 60. And 56 in Chickamauga this morning, midday, look for 57, and then 60 this afternoon for you as well. In Cohutta, 56 this morning, 57 expected at noon, and 60 for your high. Dalton at 58 this morning, up to 56 by noontime, and then 60. And in Fairmount, starting out at 60 this morning, dropping to 56 at noontime, and 60 for your high. Fort Oglethorpe, AM this morning, 56, down to 55 at lunchtime, and then topping out the day at 62. 56 in Lafayette, expect a noontime temp of 56 as well, and then 61 for your high. And Ringgold, 57 this morning, and 57 still at midday, and 61 for the high this afternoon. And here is your 7-day forecast. Saturday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-50s and overnight lows just above freezing. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 during the day, and then settling down to 5 to 10 Saturday night. Lows in the low 30s. Sunday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 50s. Winds light and variable. Skies clearing overnight as temps drop down in the mid-30s again. Mostly sunny Monday with highs in the mid-50s and overnight lows in the low 30s, winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday will be a mix of sun and clouds in the upper 50s and overnight lows in the mid-30s with light and variable winds. And on Wednesday, much of the same with possible scattered showers, highs around 60 and overnight lows near 40. Thursday, another mix of sun and clouds with possible showers late, high near 60 and lows near 40. Then next Friday, mostly sunny, with a high in the mid-60s and a low in the low 40s. And that is your weather forecast. We hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. And here are the area obituaries. Mother Ida Wilburn Little, age 100. Mother Ida Little of Dalton passed away on Saturday, March 9th. Homegoing celebration will be on Saturday, March 16th at 2 p.m. at the Chapel of Willis Funeral Home, with Pastor Melanie Prather as eulogist and other ministers officiating. Interment in West Hill Cemetery. The family will receive friends at the funeral home Friday, March 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. Mrs. Pearl Anna London Baker, age 71. Pearl Baker of Somerville passed away Tuesday, March 4th. The funeral service will be held on Saturday, March 16th at 1 p.m. at West 5th Street Church of Christ in Somerville. Interment in Somerville Cemetery. The family will receive friends at the church 1 hour before the service. Arrangements by Willis Funeral Home of Dalton. Donnie Butch Thompson, age 74. Butch Thompson of Dalton passed away Wednesday, March 6th. A memorial service to celebrate the life of Donnie Butch Thompson will be held at 5 p.m. Sunday, March 17th at the Chapel of Dalton Funeral Home, with Pastor Randy Postel officiating. The family will receive friends for visitation 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. on Sunday. Roger Dale Green, age 63. Roger Green of Dalton passed away Sunday, March 10th. A memorial service to celebrate the life of Roger Dale Green will be held at 2 p.m. Monday, March 18th at the Chapel of Dalton Funeral Home, with Pastor Carl Sterling officiating. The family will receive friends from 10 a.m. until the 2 p.m. service. E. Clinton Eulery, age 69. Clint Eulery of Chattanooga went home to be with the Lord Sunday, March 10th. Clint was a decorated Vietnam veteran serving in the U.S. Marine Corps. Graveside services will be held at 10:30 a.m. Friday at the Chattanooga National Cemetery with military honors. Ralph T. Haley, age 90. Ralph Haley of Dalton passed away Sunday, March 10th in Hamilton Medical Center. He was a veteran of the United States Air Force serving in Korea War. Funeral services will be conducted Sunday, March 16th at 11 a.m. at Thomas Funeral Home with Reverend Barry Brock officiating. Burial will follow in the Hill City Baptist Church Cemetery with military rites. The family will receive friends Friday, March 15th. And Janie L. Townsend, age 68. Janie Townsend of Dalton gained her wings on Tuesday, March 12th at her residence. Funeral service for Mrs. Townsend will be held Friday, March 15th at 1 p.m. in the chapel of Sean Chapman Funeral Home with Reverend Jody Strickland and Reverend John Everett officiating. Interment will be in Harmony Grove Cemetery. Ed Slick Haygood, age 69. Slick Haygood of Adairsville died on Tuesday, March 12th at Floyd Medical Center following several years of declining health. The funeral service will be Saturday, March 16th at 2 p.m. from the chapel of Max Brannon and Sons Funeral Home. Burial with United States Army honors will follow in Fain Cemetery. Reverend Gary Hibberts will officiate, and the family will receive friends Friday from 5 until 8 p.m. at the funeral home. James Leon Ridley, age 77. James Ridley of Chatsworth passed away Wednesday, March 13th at his residence. Funeral service for Mr. Ridley will be held Sunday, March 17th at 3 p.m. at New Hope Baptist Church with Reverend Ed Kilgore and Reverend Lavoyd Witten officiating. Interment will be in Pine Grove Baptist Church Cemetery. The family will receive friends Saturday from 5 until 9 at Sean Chapman Funeral Home. And Mrs. Ulmer Louise McKinley Allen, age 100. Louise Allen of Dalton and formerly of Cordell, Georgia, passed away Tuesday, March 12th at Ridgewood Manor Health and Rehabilitation. A memory service will be held in Cordell, Georgia at a time to be determined. In lieu of flowers, donations in memory of Louise Allen can be made to Penia Baptist Church in Cordell or to your favorite charity or organization. And there's our obituaries. Stay tuned for the news.
Good morning, Northwest Georgia Television. I'm Aaron Scott.
My name is Adam Scott. I hope everybody's going to have a wonderful Friday today. We are your news covering Catoosa, Gordon, Murray, Walker, and Whitfield counties.
We are not how these days get to the national days, but today is National Everything You Think Is Wrong Day, a day to contemplate our own lack of knowledge. Is it okay that one does not know everything and that there is a need to feel as if you do? Hold on. Tomorrow will be here soon, and then once again, you can think that you do. I'm just trying to go back to Pi Day myself personally.
Today in the news, President Trump's budget keeps Savannah Harbor expansion project on track in 2020. Casey Carpenter's legislation to impose stiff penalties for wreck insurance fraud passes in the House. In Lafayette, the City Council approves ordinance related to the homeless. And in Dalton, details on a card skimmer found on an ATM.
Also coming up, income tax filing and return information. GDOT project completions and proposed work. We'll hear about Maury County Venturing Crews Community Service and learn how to let your voice be heard on Community Pride in Dalton. Then a look at how things are going on around Northwest Georgia.
Well, it looks like we have some interesting things going on today. Let's just jump right into that. First up, U.S. Senators Johnny Isakson and David Perdue and U.S. Representatives Buddy Carter have secured full capability funding to keep the Savannah Harbor expansion project on track in fiscal year 2020. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers today released its proposed budget for fiscal year 2020, recommending more than $130 million in federal funds for the Savannah Harbor expansion project. This is the third year in a row SHEP will receive full federal funding from the Trump administration, pending congressional passage of the annual appropriations bill. It's a lot of money.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Truly.
Next up, staging a car wreck and then cashing in on the insurance payout will become a serious crime under a measure that passed the State House of Representatives. The proposal, sponsored by Representative Casey Carpenter, would make it a felony offense to either intentionally cause an automobile collision or attempt to manufacture evidence for a wreck that never happened. Faking a wreck could land a person in prison for 1 to 5 years, but if another person is injured or killed, that could turn into 5 to 20 years behind the bars. Dalton Republican said he hopes the measure will deter would-be frauders from staging a wreck, saving consumers and businesses money. Carpenter said that he thinks this bill would send a message that staging a motor vehicle accident will not be tolerated and in turn should reduce car insurance rates for all Georgians. As an example, Carpenter described a scenario where someone might rent a moving truck with the insurance offered and then intentionally ram the truck into the back of a friend's vehicle so the friend can collect the full payout. Carpenter said U-Haul in particular had more than 40 fraud cases during a 2-year period. It's unclear how widespread the problem here is in Georgia, but Carpenter said any motorist can fall victim to someone abruptly cutting them off in hopes of crashing.
But several lawmakers balked at the bill, citing concerns about mandatory minimum sentences and the severity of the punishment. The measure passed Thursday with a 93 to 76 vote, with mostly Democrats, but also about a dozen Republicans voting against it. When asked about the concerns of the stiff penalties outlined in the bill, Carpenter said the stiffer sentence was a request from prosecutors who pushed to ensure that a defendant who killed someone during such a scheme would not receive a light sentence. He also noted that the proposed punishment for cases where there are no injuries is lower than other types of insurance fraud, which are punishable from 2 to 10 years. Carpenter said the bill evolved from conversations with the National Federation of Independent Business, which represents small business interests at the State House. The measure now moves to the Senate. You know, that's crazy. You know, you would really think that they've already impended some laws on these kind of things.
And you would, and I'm sure that's going to happen. Next up, the City of Lafayette approved 2 ordinances related to the homeless. The urban camping ordinance makes it unlawful to camp or to store personal property on any public park, street, or property underneath any bridge or on any private property without express permission from the owner, but not in violation of any city ordinance. The ordinance also specifies that no person may be arrested for violating this section until he has received an oral or written warning to cease the unlawful conduct. If the violator fails to comply with the warning issued, he is subject to arrest for urban camping. The ordinance also sets the punishment for violating the ordinance by a fine not to exceed $250, incarceration not to exceed 20 days, or both. The second and related ordinance on prohibited solicitation does not in general prohibit solicitation or the asking for money, but it does specifically target aggressive solicitation as detailed in the ordinance. Such aggressive solicitation would include following and continuing to try to solicit from a person who has given a negative response, physical contact, blocking or interfering with free passage, and using abuse or threatening language.
The ordinance also details where a person cannot solicit and includes any public transportation vehicle or at any public transportation station or stop within 15 feet of any entrance or exit of financial institution, check cashing business, or automated teller machine on private property if the owner or tenant or lawful occupant has asked the person not to or has posted a sign clearly indicating that solicitations are not welcome. Also, it states that solicitation is not allowed in any public parking lot or public parking structure. The ordinance makes it unlawful to solicit to any operator or any occupant of motor vehicle while it is on any public street. Also, it states that it is unlawful to solicit while under the influence of alcohol or a controlled substance, after sunset or before sunrise, and by knowingly make a false or misleading representation in the course of soliciting. The ordinance establishes the punishment for its violation, saying upon conviction of a violation of this section, a violator shall be punished by a fine not to exceed $100, incarceration not to exceed 10 days, or both. City officials stress that both ordinances are designed to protect and ensure the safety of residents in Lafayette.
You know, how do you feel about this, honestly?
I mean, personally, I feel like that a bunch of these guys are going to jail on purpose. A lot of these guys have medical conditions that they need taken care of, and these guys going to jail to do so, they're going solemnly to take care of their own medical needs. It's pitiful, first of all, that one medical bill can bankrupt people these days.
You know, honestly, I have the exact same point of view. Next up in Dalton, the card skimmer's device was located on an ATM at the Atlantic Capital Bank at 1237 North Glenwood Avenue on Monday. The device featured a thin metal skimmer that was stuck inside one of the ATM card readers, and also a plastic frame that was placed around the ATM screen with a small camera to record PIN code entries on the keypad. The device was discovered Monday morning by a maintenance contractor who was sent to check an error report from the ATM. At some point after the skimmer was placed on the ATM, the machine security features detected a problem with the machine and shut down the ATM. The machine signaled the error on Saturday when the company was unable to get the machine to reboot remotely. The maintenance technician was set out Monday. The technician found the device after hearing a clicking sound in the card reader and then called police. We thank you for tuning in here at Northwest Georgia, and we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
While the word cancer can strike fear at the deepest level of our souls, in the case of skin cancer, the prognosis is very good. Basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas are the most common and are not normally included in cancer statistics.
Our office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of skin cancer.
If you're concerned about a mole or freckle that may be changing, give us a call. Most treatments can be performed in our office in about 15 minutes with very little discomfort.
Hi, I'm Judy Elliott, inviting you to join me on Lifestyles for Women show on WDNN TV. This year brings exciting new topics that women like to discuss or just know more about. Subjects like ways to look and feel your very best, travel, family, health, and sometimes just fun girl talk. It's always exciting, and we invite your suggestions. Just message me on Facebook at Lifestyles for Women, or for more information or to watch us online, visit WDNNTV.com, Lifestyles for Women.
Hello friends, this is Donnie Worley down at Powell's Town Square Cafe in the heart of historic downtown Dalton, Georgia. We're here at 116 West King Street, where Powell's Country Kitchen was located for over 40 years. We want to thank all our family and friends and wonderful, wonderful guests for coming down and supporting us this last year, and invite you to come down and check out some of our new menu items and specials and our wonderful specials every week for the month of March to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. Thank you again, and come down and enjoy a little fellowship and some of the fine programming on North Georgia Television, always playing on our TV here to support all our local businesses.
Hi, I'm Lori McDaniel, host of The Local Scene. We've all heard it a million times. There's nothing to do around here. Well, The Local Scene exists to prove that statement wrong. We promote events, festivals, fundraisers, and exciting news about what's going on in Northwest Georgia. If you're looking for something to do, tune in. If you've got an event or something special you want to promote on the air, let us know so you can be a guest on the show. Hey, free publicity doesn't grow on trees, you know. If you'd like to be on The Local Scene, please email WDNN at info@WDNNTV.com with the subject line, The Local Scene, or call us at 706-278-9713. Nothing to do, as if.
Welcome back, everyone. Why don't we jump right into this? According to Shayra Abrams, Senior VP of Operations at Jackson Hewitt, not only are we experiencing the largest change to tax law in over 30 years this filing season, but the government shutdown appears to have added to the confusion. She said that their recent survey conducted by Research Now found that the government shutdown may have led to some common misconceptions, with some groups postponing getting their taxes done, including 40% of the people thinking they will have more time to file past April 15th and 73% thinking that their refund will be delayed. Jackson Hewitt reminds taxpayers that taxes are still due to be filed by April 15th and refunds are still the same, expected to arrive on time.
From the Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT has recently approved a $75,995 in quick response program funding to improve the safety and efficiency of the intersection of State Route 3 US 41 with Walnut Avenue in Whitfield County. Work on this high priority project, awarded to Bartow Paving Company Incorporated of Calhoun, has just begun. It is expected to be completed in 2 weeks. The contractor will replace the concrete island and pedestrian poles and turn lane at the intersection of US 41 with Walnut Avenue in order to enhance safety and improve the flow of traffic at this intersection. Work on this project will occasionally require rights and lane closures. Motorists should be aware of the advanced warning signs and watch out for contractor personnel and vehicles in this work zone. The Quick Response Program supports low-cost operational projects on the state route system that can be implemented in a short period of time and typically cost less than $200,000. They generally stay within the state right-of-way and require little, if any, utility relocation. Quick response projects are identified by Georgia DOT staff and managed through the Office of Local Grants.
Also from the GDOT, the rest of the area on I-75 in Gordon County is rescheduled to reopen at 7 a.m. on Monday after a final inspection. The facility has been closed for renovation since January 2018. Visitors to this rest area will notice numerous renovations, including parking lot repair, drainage repair, parking lot restripping, repair existing sidewalks, landscaping, and more. The rest area building was repaired, remodeled, and retrofitted, including roof and gutter replacement. Replacement of HVAC systems, complete interior renovation of restrooms, and a family restroom was added. The cost of the renovation on this I-75 North rest area and the remodeling of the I-75 South in Gordon County was right at about $2.54 million. Work on the I-75 South rest area was completed and the rest area was reopened earlier. Funds for the renovation and beautification of the Georgia Welcome Centers and rest areas come from revenues collected from the Georgia Logo Program, which offers businesses advertising along highway interchanges through placement of names and logos on signs and approaching exits. That's awesome, man. I mean, anything to make this place more visible. That would be great.
You know, we're really looking forward to that as well. Next up, Maury County Venturing Crew of 2019's goal is to help youth develop leadership skills. Their youth plan their own adventures and have fun while learning. The crew recently completed its first service project over the course of 2 weekends. They participated in scouting for food, one of 2 food drives that benefit the Salvation Army Food Bank in Maury County. First weekend, the crew canvassed houses in Springdale Estates and Wellington Place, subdivisions distributing flyers with information about the food drive. The second weekend, they went back and collected food and hygiene products from both subdivisions. Also involved with scouting for food were Cub Scout Pack 73 from Chatsworth First United Methodist Church and Cub Scout Pack 100 and Boy Scout Troop 211 from Sumac Presbyterian Church combined. 1,250 pounds of food were collected and presented to the Salvation Army Food Bank. The Venturing Crew's most recent event was a trip to the Capitol on March 11th to meet with their representatives and learn more about the working of the state government. If you know of anyone that would be interested in participating in our youth leadership program, contact Maury County Venturing at gmail.com or contact the Maury County Chamber. The program is open to students 14 to 21. They can join at any time, and there is no charge to students thanks to our generous support from Oglethorpe Power, NGEMC, and the United Way.
That's great. More positive things going on. Definitely.
Definitely is.
Next up, Dalton's Community Pride 2019 kickoff was canceled due to threat of inclement weather. They believe the Community Pride is an all-time high, but want to hear from you. Instead of another meeting on the calendar, they have decided to do an online survey. If you would like to take the very short survey to access Community Pride and have an opportunity to share your ideas and suggestions, just go to BelieveGreaterDalton.com or visit their Facebook page and click on the Community Pride survey icon.
In the upcoming event, you can experience the exciting challenges of Escape Dalton Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For hours and ticket information, visit Dalton.com. Also tonight from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., Creative Arts Guild hosts their in-concert series with Stories in Song with Abigail Flowers. Tonight and Saturday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., Dalton Little Theater presents 2019 Night of One Acts. You can also enjoy the Sunday Fair at downtown Dalton's Buck and Burrito, Crescent City Tavern, the Filling Station, the Sweet Spot, Dalton Brewing Company, Cafe Ostro, or Tijuana.
In Saturday's lineup from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m., Dalton-Whitfield County Public Library hosts a free event, Nerf Wars for Tweens. That sounds nice, guys. Check that out. Fort Mountain's annual Shamrock Fun Day is this Saturday, March 16th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. There will be lots of activities, including a scavenger hunt along the gold mine and lake trails. And you can learn about the history of the gold in Georgia and even try out panning for gold. For more information, call 706-422-1932.
And don't forget to turn up to clean up from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Volunteers will meet at 9 a.m. at the Dalton Convention Center to park and take the Dalton Trolley to the park. For more info, call 706-226-6211 or visit keepdaltonwhitfieldbeautiful.org. And from 10 a.m. until noon, local authors from North Georgia and the surrounding area will be at the Dalton Whitfield Library to sign books, talk about their writing, and share their stories. There'll be many genres represented. Don't forget to enter our raffle. Next, Together We Live, a free faith-based suicide prevention workshop, will be held from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday at Stage 123, located at 123 West Gordon Street. Register to attend by clicking on the Eventbrite icon on Together We Live Northwest Georgia's Facebook page.
Next up, Dalton State College will host Community to College event on Saturday as well to introduce Dalton State's college dual enrollment program to 9th to 11th graders. They will also be assisting with the application process for 12th graders, and application fees will be waived for applications submitted at the event. Next up, Spring into Wellness will be at the Matt Gaston Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday with free blood pressure checks, diabetes screenings, mental wellness, and more. After that, and Habit for Humanity of Catoosa County will host their fundraiser event with bluegrass and barbecue for Catoosa's 2019 Habitat House at 6 p.m. at the Colonnade in Ringgold. Next up, for live music and other entertainment happening in Dalton, you can go to daltonevents.com or visit the Dalton Events Facebook page.
Coming up next week, the American Red Cross has two upcoming blood donation opportunities on Monday, March 18th. One in Ringgold, sponsored by Cub Scout Pack 3171 at Graysville United Methodist Church from 2 to 7 p.m. The other in Calhoun from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Planet Fitness on W.C. Bryant Parkway. And on March 19th and 20th, pre-K registration for Dalton Public Schools, Whitfield County Schools, and area Head Start programs will be held at the Matt Gaston Community Center. They will be there from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Tuesday and from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday.
Looking ahead for Saturday, March 23rd, New Atocha Cherokee Capitol State Historic Site in Calhoun will have another guided lantern tour of the Cherokee Capitol Historic Buildings from 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. The site is located on Highway 225, 1 mile east of I-75 at exit 317. 4 tours will be led by park staff, with one starting every 20 minutes starting at 7 p.m. And Saturday, March 23rd, Northwest Whitfield High School will hold their first Family Fun Day for charity, and they invite the community to come. All proceeds will go to Jonathan's House Ministries to aid in the beginning of a program that will aid young adults that have aged out of foster care and young adults that find themselves in need of family support, giving them the opportunity to grow, learn, and give back to their community. We want to thank you guys for tuning in here today, and we pray you guys have a blessed weekend. Aaron, cheers out to the weekend.
Cheers out to the weekend.
And of course, remember, guys, stay classy.